All right, guys. Last two. 50-50 shot. Will it be Sonya, who we don't really have all that much to say about and don't have too many events left? Or will it be PEKO? Now, last one was Fuyuhiko. So it seems like PEKO should naturally follow. So, will they be together? Or will they be separated by 1 inch for all of eternity?
Speaking of being separated by 1 inch for all of eternity, seriously, this room on this couch is very small.
Yeah, in order to get close to the microphone, we're practically cuddling.
We're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm the Opinionator!
And I'm We Squared.
Seriously, though, doesn't it just say something? Of 16 people, the last 3 are Fuyuhiko, PEKO, and Sonya. So Fuyuhiko and PEKO turned out to be close. But how close will they be? Will there be a misunderstanding between those two? And what better definition of a misunderstanding than Sonya Nevermind?
This, too, is the will of causality.
Coin flip. Let's rock.
Yes! It was meant to be.
Ah, Fuyuhiko and PEKO, together at last.
What are you doing?
Sorry, it's role-playing.
Well, you're role-playing with yourself, you realize. In a romantic subtext. Now you just made it really weird.
Mata tsumara no mono o kitte shimatta. That's so fun to say. Okay, so I have to explain that one. So PEKO's second quote, once again, I have cut a worthless object. It's like an old samurai movie quote, like a tropey thing to say. There were these two kind of nerdy guys that I was hanging out with in Japan. I mean, like they were part of the Japanese students who were always escorting us around to make sure that we didn't get, like, run over, drug into an alley, beaten up, and shot.
Oh, God!
Okay, no, none of that was going to happen, but...
Protect you from the roving bands of street thugs that want to beat you up and take the coins that come out of your body when they defeat you? Or is that something else I'm thinking of?
No, I think you're thinking of the Kunio-kun games. Anyway, one of the people I'm talking about, his name was Kunio. Anyway, to get to my actual point before this tangents off into some weird oblivion...
And it will have given half a chance.
I was in a store looking at this really interesting straw hat, and so Kunio and this other guy just kept egging me on. Like, okay, now you have to wear the hat, and then you got to say, Mata tsumara no mono o kitte shimatta. And so they just kept making me do it over and over and over again. And so every time I say that, I just think it's really fun. That is my personal connection with PEKO.
A straw hat.
No! The quote! I thought it was funny when it came up in the game! So we never really got to know PEKO almost at all.
No. Not really. She was the second one to go.
Well, not quite the second one.
Well, the second blackened.
She was a very serious, straightforward person, and most everything we learned about her came out in the trial.
So I wonder what these FTEs will tell us.
Let's find out. I swear half this game's budget probably went to hiring Mitsuishi Kotono. If I would have really known that, that's why I would have assumed she wouldn't last very long. Because they don't want to pay Mitsuishi-san so much money.
Makes sense.
She is, for like those one people out there that don't know, she's a very prominent voice actress who has voiced very many prominent characters, from Sailor Moon, which is directly referenced in this game, to also Misato from Eva, and Muryu Ramius in Gundam Seed, which was kind of an important role in a big series, whether you like it or not, or are chronologically connected to it or not, or assume that Gundam is meaningless or not, which if you do, you're a fool. Like, that was a really big deal, and her being cast as one of the main characters was a similarly big deal.
A voice actress is a big deal, do you get the point?
I might lose my edge by staying here. Perhaps running along the beach would provide sufficient training? All right. You there, random person who has approached me.
What?
You run too. Leg strength is crucial for all things, and there is never a downside to training.
I suppose your words make sense.
Excellent. You didn't argue with me one bit. Now come!
I spent time today running countless laps along the beach with PEKO.
Hajime, what are you doing? Stand up! Ha!
Ah! I'll run! I promise I'll run!
Very good. Now go faster!
Ah!
Ha!
You know, PEKO, I can't help but notice that A lot of the items that you like are the items that Fuyuhiko likes.
There is no connection whatsoever.
The non-alcoholic wine, the antique doll, the sword book.
You can't be surprised by that last one.
Just saying.
Are you insinuating something inappropriate? Ah!
I don't know if I'm going to survive this FTE.
I shall be the blackened once again. Here you go. Be your own person with this t-shirt. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Oh, I see. That is quite an item.
That's almost how I'd put it.
You're a high-caliber man if you're giving away such an astounding item, a tie-dyed Hawaiian shirt, for free.
Oi.
Oi! You mentioned earlier that you don't know much about swords, right? Well, for that matter, do you know much about my FTEs? You haven't looked this time either. That's 2 in a row. Are you people not prepared? Ha!
Ouch!
Peko swings her sword with a samurai's intensity, but she's very sad that she can't pet fluffy animals because they get too scared of her and run away.
Well, maybe if you didn't emit so much killing intent.
If you look into her deep, red, murderous eyes, she wants to be a normal girl who likes cute things. And so Fuyuhiko likes those cute things for her.
Uh-huh.
No, that really says a lot, that they both like the doll. Mm-hmm. That's like Fuyuhiko proactively validating Peko.
Yeah.
And what he wants her to be, which is a normal girl.
And not like his sword or something, a tool, is how she put it. Yeah, I've never held a bamboo sword or any kind of sword before.
Wow, you weenie.
That is not a normal situation a high schooler finds themselves in.
Really? I held all kinds of swords in high school.
You're not helping, Damon.
Ha!
No!
しかし
People cannot be judged by their appearances.
Says the fighting game character.
For instance, one would say that it is unusual for me to like fluffy animals. So you've held an actual sword, just not a bamboo sword.
Yes, you have correctly deduced what I was trying to imply. Truly you are a master of insight.
Oh, goody!
Of course not.
It is okay, Hajime. I forgive you for having a sheltered, sad upbringing where you never got to play with swords like every other child your age.
I've only ever held toy swords, not bamboo or real swords.
I see. So you're saying you have no use for a sword?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
You can always find a use for a sword. Jeez, Hajime.
I'm not gonna cut the crust off my sandwiches with one.
That'd be good training. Then are you a striker? Or maybe you're a grappler?
I am not a fighter in any way, shape, or form, except with words.
If you grab them from the right angle and then attempt to stab them with your hair, perhaps after you've used some more hairspray or mousse, that should be effective in some unpredictable way.
いや
Well, perhaps you're well versed in firearms.
In a manner of speaking. Wait, hold on! What are you talking about? Let me explain it more clearly. I completely suck at all those things. I am not a fighter.
Oh, how sad.
I'm not saying I have poor reflexes, but I already know I'm not the warrior type.
I see. Given your strangely perceptive way of seeing things, I assumed that you were, but...
I suppose I've never really thought about it like that. I may not have any reason to know any sort of martial arts thing, but with my perception, I might actually be decent at it. Oh.
Come on, even a schlubbo like me has experience with swords and firearms and striking and grappling.
Damon's dark past?
しかし
Just as you said, you indeed do not have the presence of a warrior. Even if you lost your actual memories, you would not easily lose your muscle memory.
要は
Which means you are not suited for battle in the slightest.
I'd feel offended, but I've been saying that this entire time.
Ha!
Peko gave me a terse stare and another rap on the head, and I couldn't help feeling all sensation leave my body. I mean, a tingle run up my spine. Is she trying to figure out my talent? Does she want to know what it is just in case I pose a threat?
It could also be curiosity, but that is the aura she gives off.
I don't intend to fight my friends at all. I definitely don't want to do that.
わかった。
Says Hajime, the man who spent the entire game arguing against his friends.
Look, fighting with words is a little different than punching them in the face.
I see. If that's the case, then we must be extremely cautious of those two.
とにかく、
They know the difference between weakness and strength, and they can compensate for each other's weaknesses. I love how she's just doing this evaluation of everyone. And they both have impressive offensive capabilities.
Yes, Fuyuhiko and Teru Teru are pretty offensive.
If those two formed an alliance, they could truly pose an unmanageable threat.
The dangerous alliance Peko is talking about. She's probably talking about them, right? Obviously Akane and Nekomaru. They're the only ones she could be talking about.
Right, because nobody else has such great fighting power. Huh. In the first game, only one character with fighting power survived, and in the second game, one character with fighting power survived.
Huh.
That doesn't mean anything, but I think it's fascinating.
A dangerous alliance. Are you talking about Akane and Nekomaru?
Very good. I see you too are getting into evaluating combat strength.
It's not that hard to evaluate theirs.
あ
Though they would only fight in self-defense, they are both perfectly at ease doing it. Plus, the combination of an impressive athlete and team manager poses a formidable threat. Command and control.
You mentioned they only fight in self-defense, but then we cut to Akane showing up with a bleeding head wound from sparring with Nekomaru.
All warriors test their mettle against one another by sparring! Ha!
Ah, no, not again!
Not just that. Though they do not specialize as fighters, such as I do, their fighting prowess is incredibly high. However, if something were to happen...
Please don't hit me with your sword. Hold on, what are you talking about? It's pretty weird that you're assuming we'd ever need to fight them in the first place. Well, we'll get out of this place if we cooperate with each other. Why do we need to think about fighting anyone?
You just don't get it at all, do you? Hajime, you speak the truth. I too would prefer to avoid any senseless
しか
killing.
し、
However, there are times when swords must be drawn, whether you want that or not.
What does that mean?
Are you an idiot? Every human being has a duty to fulfill their destiny.
Foreshadowing!
That will never change, and there is no need for it to ever change.
おい、
However, I do not dislike your way of thinking, Hajime.
Huh?
Even though you are kind of weak.
Ah, hey, Peko!
What, did you want me to strike you with my blade again?
No! But even though I called for her, Peko walked away without looking back at me once. I thought I was understanding Peko, but now I feel like I don't know her at all.
Since that was only her second FTE, it's nothing we don't already know, but still, getting this at the very end of our journey with Danganronpa 2 is kind of interesting.
Hey, Peko, why don't you take this apron dress? I think it suits you.
You begin by criticizing me for liking the same things that my master, somebody else who I am unrelated to, likes, and then you try to dress me up as a maid?
Yes, it is your true nature.
Ha!
No! Instant regret!
まさか、
Is it really acceptable for me to take this, though? Especially since I have won it off of your dead corpse?
To the victor go the spoils?
いや、
No, I will not question your sincerity any more than I already have, which, as I believe we have established, has been extensive. Thank you, Hajime.
Uh-huh.
Then I could put it on, and then I could walk a certain distance to a cottage, and...
How's it going, Peko?
Ah!
Feels like she's making an even more intense face than usual, surely not lost in her daydreams.
And then there'd be this, and then there'd be that.
Peko, is she worried about something? I can't tell if I should ask or not, or if she's just going to immediately whack me with her stick.
Oh, but the shame I would feel at doing such a thing in front of someone who...
Peko! Hey, are you alright? You're starting to turn pale!
It's because once I began daydreaming, I forgot to breathe, and I haven't breathed for 3.5 minutes at this point.
Is this a common occurrence?
No! I mean, what? Was I, what?
What? What were you even trying to do?
Asphyxiate myself!
Why?
Well, actually, I was trying to, smile. I saw you coming, and I wished to express a friendly emotion. It seemed as though smiling would be appropriate at this time, but as you can see, I realize I don't have any experience with this.
I feel like there's a lot to unpack here, but I'm going to ignore it for now.
Perhaps I need more training.
Huh?
Mahiru told me that I'm the only one who doesn't smile for her pictures. I never thought about it, but come to think of it, that's right.
Yeah, I never noticed either.
Like, she never smiled pretty much ever.
Yeah.
So I thought I should do something about it, but it's harder than I thought. Perhaps you could train me. You often have a dumb grin on your face.
Hey!
Oi.
So, will you try to make me laugh?
Oh no. This is sudden. My heart's not prepared. I don't have any good sword jokes ready. Okay, I got one. What did the ghost say when he was used as a club? Bamboo!
Oh my god, that was atrocious!
Ha!
Anything is fine as long as it's funny! So give it a try. A better try.
What did the Hajime say when he was hit 20 times in the head by Peko? My head is feeling sword.
Ha! 21!
Ow! You're acting like you lowered the bar, but it's still really high, because you keep bringing it down on my head.
I know. If it's possible, I'd like for it to have something to do with animals. Animals make me smile.
Okay. Peko. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupt.
No! Worth it?
That might be something that stirs warm feelings inside me. I'll try a joke then. Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the chicken cross the road?
To challenge the Grandmaster Swordsman awaiting in his dojo on the other side, so that they may do battle for the honor of their clan. Oh, I got a laugh.
That may be that she got a laugh and what she previously said, but, then... Elephant? What do you get when you cross an elephant with the rhino? Elephino. Just kidding. You don't have to look at me like I'm pathetic.
Honestly, I thought mine was a lot more realistic and hard-hitting.
Panda! A panda walks into a restaurant, eats, shoots, and leaves.
Ah.
No, I already know that they do that. They indeed eat, shoots, and leaves.
Yeah, that's what the joke was. You see, you gotta look at the rest of the sentence in order
What they do is they use their hands in order to roll it up into something actually resembling a cigar shape, thus giving it more density. From there, they then use their powerful jaws to chew on the plants.
Okay.
It is cute.
Moving on.
However, pandas are nice. Their white and black fur is very adorable and fluffy.
I'll take it!
Someday, I'd like to try to touch one.
Peko's face seemed to soften a little when she said that. Even though my joke completely failed to land, well, I guess this'll do.
すまない
Ah, you helped me out, Hajime. I can't really smile that well, as you can tell. I've been like this ever since I was young.
I can't imagine why.
The childhood friend I always played with used to cry and say my face was scary, especially when I began rapping him over the head repeatedly. There was also a time when my first love, who was likely the person I was just talking about, coldly told me that too. Even so, I never really needed to smile, so I never thought about it all that much. Smiling wasn't exactly my duty, after all. And because I completely neglected it, I forgot how to do it entirely.
It's not normal for someone to forget how to smile. Was she subjected to an outrageous amount of harsh training? Or is there possibly some other reason?
Oi.
Hajime, what's wrong?
Nothing.
You wouldn't possibly be feeling pity for me, would you?
Now more abject terror at getting hit again.
Ah, very realistic. On point. Ha!
Gaborkin!
Gaborkin?
Anyway, I'll make sure to tell you a funnier joke next time.
Did you just say Gaborkin?
We don't need to worry about that.
Gaborkin!
I take my victories where I can get them.
That will be wonderful. I'll be looking forward to it.
I kept chatting with Peko for a while and spent time thinking of ideas for funny jokes, but it was hard because of all the Bane damage. Do you want Fuyuhiko's undergarments? He doesn't care about them.
Well, I mean, I don't really care about them either. Can I see those?
Okay, make it brief.
Ha!
Barf!
So we haven't really said anything about Peko at all so far, which is actually kind of unusual.
Well,
Truth be told, it all came out in the FTE, everything that we had to say. And it was all good.
I think you mean the trial? You said it all came out in the FTE.
Yes, I did not mean that, in fact, rather the opposite. It all came out in like our regular episode. I mean, I really like Peko a whole lot, and I do think that her arc was essentially one of the best parts of this game. Like,
Really tragic.
Yeah, like second to the ending. But that kind of means that we don't really have too much else to say.
Especially since her FTEs haven't revealed anything we didn't already know.
They have been fun.
Oh yeah!
Oi.
Okay, Peko, I got a joke for you. What did the guy say when his pet Spot ran away? Doggone it!
Yes, in fact, the dog had left. What is your point?
You don't really know much about wordplay, do you? You know, all it takes is a little S to make wordplay swordplay.
Swordplay, is it? Ha!
But that was for you!
Listen to this, Hajime. I have discovered a revolutionary technique.
Is it bashing me in the head with your weapon?
I shall test it well on your body.
A revolutionary technique?
Prepare yourself.
Are you talking about how to smile?
Yes, Hyoko taught it to me.
This isn't going to end well.
I have not attempted it yet, but I have properly memorized how to do it. First, I must hook my fingers to both sides of my mouth. And if I hold it to the side and up a little, it will reduce your smiling.
Please don't do that. Damon, stop. You're scaring the children. That's just for show, though.
しかし
However, that is not all.
Please take your fingers out of your mouth.
They taste way better than my toes. Apparently, there is a magic spell you can use in this state to make yourself and anyone else laugh.
Go on.
要は
Apparently, I must pull both sides of my mouth with my fingers and chant, I was joining on the pirate ship!
I'm not hearing it.
I was joining on the pirate ship!
No, I don't get it. Would it make sense in Japanese?
Not that I can make any sense of. Though I'm skeptical, I shall attempt it, even though I sort of already did, but shut up, that was an ad-lib.
No, stop, please. This is a prank little kids play on each other. Magic spell? Really? Jeez, Hyoko, you do a lot of screwed up things.
お前
How did you start this?
What? It's nothing you've done wrong, but I don't think you can really call that a smile. I think it'll be more like a smirk or something similar to that. My only respite is that she can't hit me with her sword when she's like that.
I see. It seems so promising, too. Just as I thought, there is no way for me to make someone smile, since I'm incapable of smiling.
And that's what she wants to do, is to make someone smile.
Someone needs to smile!
Well, if you did that in front of Fuyuhiko, he'd probably bust a gut. No, I didn't mean it like that.
Very good, because I have no intention of busting Fuyuhiko in the gut. You, however, I shall bust in the gut! Ha! Mahiru showed me her photos the other day. They were filled with images of smiling faces. I don't know how else to say this, but they were very nice photos. I learned that smiles give people power. And I remembered when I was a kid. There was a time when my childhood friend and I nearly got lost in the mountains.
Lost in the mountains? Did you wander away from the Yakuza boss? I mean, your parents?
いや
No, we were forced into someone's car.
Oh, God!
It was a political kidnapping from a rival Yakuza clan.
Isn't that exactly what David said?
Well, it was fine until I saw a chance for us to escape, so I slew all the Yakuza in the car and then the two of us escaped. I'm told it was very funny.
Oh, God.
Afterward, we got lost in the mountains. It was very cold, but fortunately we were able to make shelter and have food out of the corpse of the bear that I slew.
That's what I was gonna reference. You're being really calm about this, but that's an intense situation.
Oh, is it not a normal childhood experience? I desperately tried to cheer up my friend, but I was also scared and worried. My friend could sense that as well, so in the end I ended up making him cry. If I'd been able to smile and tell him that everything was going to be okay, even if it was a lie,
Didn't she smile at the end of the execution?
I might have been able to take away his fear. I haven't grown at all since then.
So what happened? Were you both saved?
決まっているだろ
Of course! My sword is a tool to protect people. I made sure I protected my friend. That bit about the bears, it was true.
Protect, huh? Peko became strong for that sake, but because she became too strong. Hey, Peko, I want to help out too, if you don't mind. Let me help you until you can finally smile on your own. I will tell as many awful jokes as it takes.
No, please. Why don't you instead hook your fingers in my mouth?
I feel like that would be taken the wrong way too quickly. Isn't it too early to give up now? You weirdo!
I see. Hajime, to tell you the truth, there is one more thing I would like you to do.
Oh god, here it comes. Me?
I need, No, wait, hold on. I need to prepare myself a bit more. When the time comes, I'll tell you. So until then, please forget what I said. Excuse me.
I don't really understand, but Peko quickly vanished. Why were her cheeks red? Why am I always in these situations? Where did Fuyuhiko's underwear go? Could it be she stole them? No, that's impossible. There's no way Peko's interested in me.
Oi, horn dog, that may apply to everybody else, but not this one. It really isn't coming off that way either.
Yeah.
Something to think about. If you don't have the experience with the trial and you're seeing this, would it give you the impression that the person she's talking about is here? I guess it's sort of neutral on that point.
Yeah, I feel it's more neutral. There's no way, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
We're not going to go to the storage closet, are we? Hajime, why is your face all bruised? Gaborkin. Gaborkin, I'm a failure as a teacher.
少しいいか
Hajime, about our previous matter.
Yeah? So, the time has finally come. I don't really know why, but my heart is racing like crazy.
This place is no good. Let's talk somewhere else. Perhaps the storage closet.
No! I followed Peko until we arrived at the beach.
The beach, is it?
We were completely alone.
That's not ominous in light of chapter 2.
Well, it's a different beach, but yeah.
Are you ready to hear my confession?
Confession? Peko's blushing. She looks like she wants to say something, but she's keeping quiet. This is it. There's no question. My heart is ready. I should man up and say it first. So what do you want? I'm just going to ask you outright. What do you want me to do?
I kind of feel like you maybe should have checked one of the others, but... Yes, of course. Actually, I was wondering if you could give me advice on asking someone out on a date that does not involve creepy underwear. Or threats of violence.
What makes you think I would know anything about that? Date?
You fool! Don't say it out loud. What would happen if someone heard us? Someone might begin to suspect me of something indecent.
May I ask who you're interested in?
いや
Under no circumstances can I say that. We have already made a vow not to speak of prior relationships out in the open. However, you're the only one I can ask for help with this. I can show weakness to you since you pose no threat. I beg of you. Consider it a big favor to me.
After that compliment, how can I refuse? The only thing I know for certain is the person she wants to ask out isn't me. I'm a little sad. Well, that's obvious. I knew it. I'm so jealous. Even if we are getting along, there's no way someone like Peko would ask me out. Basically every other girl is interested in me, but I guess I can't have them all.
I'm not a Pokemon! Ha!
Ooh, I caught it!
My god, did you just reference something obscure?
I have already seen through your fist, the sword.
If we're able to escape this island, I'm thinking about asking him out. And when I do, I want him to see my smiling face this time.
Oh, man.
Also, this is never, ever, ever the way that she talked about Fuyuhiko, like in her big section. So really, it's just revealing what was already obvious, which is she feels the same way about him.
100%.
There's no question. It's just, in her case, her own sternness and personal hang-ups were getting in her way.
That you're a tool mentality that was beat into her.
And I mean, even her own basic personality, and it's none of it ever needed to happen, and that's why it's so sad.
This time? Do you mean your childhood friend, who totally isn't on this island?
Right now, he's been forced to fight a lonely battle. A battle against himself. This was, of course, the time where he was running around being like, yeah, motherfuckers!
I'll kill you all!
Yeah, right.
Battle against himself? Is he sick or something? Maybe that's why Peko wants him to see her smile. Fine. I got it. I'm not all that experienced myself, but I think it's fine if you don't overthink it and just casually ask him, let's do something together. You want him to smile, right? You just have to make him feel like smiling.
しかし
It'd be great if I could do that, but I don't know if I can.
Then why don't you imagine his smiling face?
His smiling face?
There you go.
I see. Now that you mention it, I remember this one incident.
Oh yeah, tell me something real embarrassing about Fuyuhiko.
At the time, he had this really handsome smile. It looked really good when you look down on it and see it from above. I know that because I'm so much taller than he is.
Jeez.
She even outweighs the little shrimp.
Baby gangsta. I guess Peko does know how to smile.
You just have to make her feel like smiling.
Yeah, that's it. As long as you make that face when you ask him out, there's no way he'd say no to you, because you are a babe.
Hajime, even though it's only a little, I feel like I understand now. Smiling is not something you have to force. When your heart gets warm, smiles come to you naturally.
That's a good way to put it.
I was too desperate to protect something, so I'd completely forgotten something as simple as that. And then she goes to act out of that same desperation.
ありがとう大事なことを思い出させてくれて
No, I really didn't do much. By the way, what incident did you remember?
It's something that happened when we were kids. We went to the zoo, and he ended up picking a fight with the king of the monkeys.
Sun Wukong?
Monkeys are very small, but so was he. Although I do think the monkey outweighed him, come to think of it. To protect him, I threw myself into the fray.
As Peko reminisced about her childhood friend, she looked cuter than I'd ever seen her before.
And that was how we came to understand that monkeys taste really good.
I completely didn't pay attention to the weird, bizarre things she was saying, too swept up in this moment. I'm a little jealous of her friend. But I guess this is fine too. Because now that Peko is opening up to me, there's no doubt that a strong bond has formed between us, and she's now going to give us her underwear.
Now don't worry, Hajime. When the trial comes, I will act as if none of this ever happened.
I know. Thanks to Teru Teru, we should already know what her underwear looks like. Feudal friendship.
Senko!
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was... Yep, just like Teru Teru said! After staring at her underwear for a while, the ocean, and listening to Peko's stories, I went back to my room. I'm not a pervert.
Ha!
You missed!